What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Press X Podcast, episode 56, your weekly podcast for gaming news and opinions coming at you each and every Monday at noon Eastern. I am Kevin McManus. With me, Kellen Williard.
What's up?
Nick Hassell.
His hair.
His hair is up. Rocking the pompadour.
Today, we've got not a lot of news, but, it's very small things.
Kind of a lot of news, not a lot of content? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a lot to talk about. It's sort of here it is.
It's stuff.
A lot of bullet points.
Here's a release date. That's about it. There's not too much to talk about. But we'll go through that. We'll do our questions and lots of releases this week. So that's probably going to be the longest segment this week.
One of these sounds awesome.
First, I want to make a sort of apology. I wanted to hit February 1st for our Gamer vs. Gamer show. That's not happening.
No.
I blame Kellen.
That's fine.
Or I at least blame Kellen's sleep cycle. So we're definitely going to hit March 1st. That we can do. I want to have something, so I'm going to put the intro to the show, because I finished it.
About time.
Right here. And that's the intro. It's real cool. You're going to hate it.
Probably.
I specifically haven't shown you it. So basically the show, for somebody who maybe didn't watch the announcements, is it's going to be sort of a Let's Play / documentary with stupid antics in between, I guess.
So me and Kevin.
I called it the real world.
Yeah, it's a decent comparison. Basically, we will be playing a game with some sort of either handicap or something along those lines.
I play every game with a handicap.
And then the loser of said game will have a punishment. The first one we're doing is peppers. We have quite a few ideas, and I'm getting more. None of them are good, so we'll see where this leads. But we're hoping for every first, so March 1st, April 1st, etc., to have a new episode live. And the last thing I want to say really quick is my Tomb Raider Steam Rise of the Tomb Raider giveaway is still going. That's going to end February 1st as well, actually. So if you are a subscriber, you're entered, and if you go comment on that unboxing video, you get more entries. All right. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Kellen, I want to start with you. You have stuff to say.
Not really.
I mean, you sort of had stuff to say. So.
And not all of it rhymes with League of Legends. So.
Most of it does. I played a lot of League of Legends.
What do you got for us?
I played that. I was bored. Wanted to play baseball. I fired up the show. I played the Tales demo finally. I've been meaning to play that all week. That game's a lot of fun. I may actually have to buy that.
Yeah, I need to try out the demo.
It's a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. Unlike Nick, I did the mouse and keyboard thing, and you literally move your hand from the mouse, so you have both hands on the keyboard to do the combat.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
But they give you a transition, so it's not hard or anything. I actually really like the combat. Makes sense.
It's a comment. I heard the Vita one has the best combat, but people like this one's a lot too.
Yeah,
I don't know the differences because I didn't play the
It's
Vita
the first Tales game I've ever tried, so I liked it quite a bit.
I still have that other one, Zestiria? I think that's the one I have. And people are telling me it's bad, and I'm like, it's still in the plastic wrap and everything. I'm like, I'm sure I can trade it to somebody. And I looked and I opened it, and I was like, damn it.
Why did you open it?
I don't know.
All right.
To put it on my shelf, apparently.
That was about it, though.
What do you have, Nick?
Let's see. Started out the week with a little bit of Xenoverse, and then Tuesday hit. So instead of buying Resident Evil, which I know last time I was kind of in the mood to buy it.
Well, my friend that was bringing it bought it for Xbox, so that ruined the whole VR idea.
I honestly didn't know it was released for Xbox.
That's
I thought
fair.
it was just PC and PS4. So I've watched people stream it all week. I've caught literally the first 2 hours, the last 2 hours, and just some boss fights and stuff in between. And it looks awesome.
It's cool.
I won't say way different because I know towards the end or before it was released, they finally showed videos like, hey, there's still herbs in the game. Hey, there's still this. Hey, there's still safe rooms. So it's like, okay, maybe it's still Resident Evil. And it is. It just feels like they just kind of shoehorn the first person thing to make it a VR game. So even after watching all this stuff, which is spoiler, I guess, I still want to play it. So
interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get it sometime soon.
I've been this close to buying it every day.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I'm like, I really want to.
I feel like I have to buy it for VR.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as scary as I thought. I think it's really just the first couple of hours are scary because that's when you're at your most vulnerable state, I guess. But other than that, it turns into not as scary, like more my wheelhouse sort of stuff. So
yeah,
I think I can do that.
I know people who are kind of pussies who are like, I played it in VR for 5 hours. I'm like, oh. Well, I'm not too worried about it then.
Other than that, I bought Yakuza 0 sort of on a whim, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot different. I haven't played a Yakuza game. I kind of know about the series, but I've never played one. It's not a GTA killer, but it's kind of fun. It is. This week has been Japanese week for the most part.
This
other than
month has been Japanese
Resident
month.
Evil.
We got a bunch of Japanese releases this month that are all awesome.
Yeah. So played Yakuza for a few hours and really got into the story for the most part, past the prologue and first chapter or two, I guess. Just retardedly fun game for no reason, and then also jumped on Tales for a little bit, and that game's fun. I really like the characters, and presentation so far is excellent. I like how they just cut back and forth between sort of like cutscenes, anime cutscenes, into dialogue, which shows like fully animated people on the screen talking, into the game.
Do you have to press a button to turn those on? You do on the keyboard.
Yeah,
like it says
you'll
press
get
T for a cutscene.
Yeah,
Like,
you'll get like a little indicator at the bottom, so they're not forced on you. But
so like
yeah,
Kevin could just run past them, like
if you're like in a new area and someone's got something to say, boop. There you go.
I'm gonna play that demo this week and check it out.
So yeah,
See what the
I've been
fuss is
playing
about.
a shit ton of games, so having fun.
Me too. I got an interesting variety of games.
Lord.
First, the quickest one, House of the Dead 3. I don't know. I felt like playing that game. Hooked up the old television. Got my light gun because I found it in my closet.
The old
had to
television.
go to you have to play it on a CRT or it doesn't work. Went to a pawn shop, bought the game because I lost my copy that I had apparently. I can't beat that game. I get to the final boss and die every time, and then it ends, and then it shows the high scores, and it's all my scores from whenever the game came out, and I'm like, motherfucker, one day.
Hook up both guns.
Yeah, I need to try that.
Dual wield.
Other than that, I played For Honor. Very interesting game. I like it a lot, and the thing that I keep getting the vibe of is this is the coolest free-to-play game I've ever seen. The game is not free to play, and that's the problem. It feels once again like a Battlefront, or I know it has a campaign, but you can fight bots in this, and it's just not very fun to like. The game reminded me a lot of the Jedi Knight Academy, especially because you can do one-on-one duels, which are awesome. They're my favorite part of the game. And that specifically reminds me of Jedi Knight Academy, but like one-on-one duels versus bots, not very fun.
Not quite the same.
Yeah, it feels like strictly PvP.
Yeah, exactly, which makes me feel like it should be free to play or a cheaper game, because I think it's a full $60 online only whole thing.
Yeah, I was told Star Wars without the lightsabers. Is what I was told.
Yeah, it's very much like that, but I had fun with it. I enjoyed everything. It's very technical, like a fighting game. When you win, it feels real good. When you lose, you blame the controls. But yeah, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but I would never buy it. I feel like the content, like, I don't know, and the thing is, I don't know what you can add. Like, more maps doesn't really do anything to
Just
the
more
game.
characters and stuff like that.
I mean, I guess so. Like,
The variation's pretty good so far.
yeah, it's fine. I don't know.
I mean, they feel different. It's not just like a reskinned samurai.
No,
every single
yeah,
time
but
and
like
stuff
I
that.
have the one that I like, and that's who I'm gonna play as. Why would I play as one that I don't like? You know,
I don't know.
It's
It
just
really
weird.
seems like a hop on for 30 minutes every night or something like that kind of
I
game.
couldn't justify buying this game, but if this was free to play, I would definitely play it. But it's not. Other than that, I platinum Gravity Rush 2. Holy moly, the platinum was difficult. Way harder than I thought it would be. I knew it would take a long time, but just doing the side missions, they're almost twice as long as the main story. So it took me like 35 hours to do all that. And then you have to find the collectibles, which in my whole playthrough, I found 0 of 60. So finally a guide came out and I was like, thank you, because I was looking on Reddit, people that platinum the game already, like the first couple people were posting on there, and it took them 110 hours to platinum the game because the collectibles are insane. They're all photos that you have to take because you can pull out a camera at any time and take a photo or like a selfie. And they're all photos that you have to take of different things. And you have to do side quests to unlock the information to know what you have to take photos of to get it. So like there's paintings that you need to take photos of, and some of them are like you have to jump off the city literally and then fly up underneath it, and it's like under the city. I'd never find this. Are you joking? The way that they kind of remedy that is whenever someone takes a photo, it leaves like a ghost of that character, and then you can see them in your game, so you can go look at the photo they took, and you'd be like, oh, they took the photo of this or whatever. But it would be very difficult to get this platinum without a guide. And then the other part of the actual hard part of the platinum was you have to max out Kat's abilities. And there's no easy way you collect gems and then use it. It's like a skill tree. There's no easy way to collect gems. They make it sound like there is, but there's not. There's a whole mining section of the game where you go into these mines and you can go deeper and deeper in through these layers. But the rewards don't multiply. So they stay the same. So there's really not much point in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is you can replay missions. There's one particular mission that has a not great amount of gems, but some gems. And you can play a section of it, save before the checkpoint, load your game, and it loads the gems back, but you kept the ones that you got. And I did that for hours until I was able to do it. I was like, I kind of want to kill myself. But
fair enough.
Platinum the game.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
And then the other game I played was Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and 2.5. I didn't finish Birth by Sleep yet, so I don't want to play 2.8, even though I heard it ties up and it ties up all 9 other stories very nicely and opens up for 3 perfectly, which is great. But I haven't actually...
It ties the room together.
It does. But I haven't actually started it yet because I want to finish 2.5 first, which I have a couple hours left in.
I'm sure you have a decade.
And then... Well, that's true. And then I started Dream Drop Distance on that just to check it out. And it looks very pretty. For a 3DS game, they did a good job. They did a very, very good job. But that's it for me. So let's move on to that news that is just kind of... stating something and being like, isn't that cool, guys? The first one, Games with Gold, February. We unfortunately did not get our PlayStation games. I think they're coming the 1st, which is weird. It's like a really late one for them. I still don't fully understand. It's like the last Wednesday before the update for the next month or something. I don't know. It's some weird system. I wish they'd just be like, every 28th we're going to put out the
couple days, yeah,
the announcement. But Lovers in Dangerous Space-Time, Project Cars, Monkey Island 2, that's one of the backwards compatible ones, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed. It's fun.
Not bad.
I like the backwards compatible games.
Yeah, I like that they're keeping up with that.
I like the gameplay at least of Force Unleashed.
Yeah, it's
fine.
Fine. I played it on the Wii. That was a mistake.
Yikes.
That works.
I played I played Call of Duty on the Wii. I've made some poor choices in my life.
Yeesh.
More than a few.
Yeah, but Project Cars is kind of a game that people were like, ooh, and then when it came out, I don't think people really cared very much for it. Monkey Island's cool, but yeah, Star Wars is my favorite one out of all of those, and yeah, that's like a game that you just play for a little bit just to check it out, but it's free. So
I like this, just the story. I was like, who cares?
I just want to do cool stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Evo. You're a big fan of Evo.
I am.
So they
almost bought an Evo.
They revealed their lineup of games.
Yeah.
And for the last game, basically they have a donation system where you can donate and pick the last game. But so the games that they've announced are Street Fighter V, Guilty Gear, Smash Wii U, Smash Melee. Getting tired of this. Just let Melee die. I'm so sick of it.
I don't know. That draws a huge crowd.
I don't care.
It'll never die.
The Wii U one is better. I don't care.
Well, yeah, that's why
Brawl was not better. The Wii U one is better.
That's why Melee is only going until Saturday, and Smash 4 is going to Sunday, the premiere day. Well,
yeah, I'm tired of Melee. Injustice 2, Blaze Blue, Tekken 7, which won't be out by the time this Evo starts.
It will be. It's just not.
It's like right on it.
Yeah, within a month or something like that.
And then King of Fighters 14. And then you can vote, like I said, for the charity for either ARMS, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Killer Instinct, Pokken, Windjammer, Skullgirls, Mortal Kombat X, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or Nidhogg. I got excited after seeing this list. First off, I noted there's no Catherine, which made me mad because I want to watch Catherine.
I mean,
again.
that's always going to be on like a side stream sort of thing.
I loved the Catherine stream. That was awesome. But
It'll be there. I'm sure.
I really wanted Nidhogg.
We'll vote on it.
I think last time I checked, Nidhogg
I'm going to tell you the numbers in a second. I wrote them down.
$30 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like $32 towards Nidhogg from
We're
3
almost
people.
there.
That's the one I would want the most, just because I've never seen people play that game well. Like, it's
Really?
always just a mess up. We were
Us stabbing each other.
we had some people playing it. One person didn't have the controller, and our friend still managed to get killed.
And he still
He
died.
run into the sword. Yeah.
She literally put the controller down, and he ran straight into her sword. But yeah, the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has $12,000.
Poken's doing surprisingly well.
Nidhogg's $35. Pokken has $10,000.
Yeah.
And the next closest is Killer Instinct at 5. So it'll probably be one of those two. It'll probably be Marvel.
Yeah. This is the first time they've left
It'll
it.
probably be the game with the biggest fan base.
Yeah.
Look at that.
This is the first time they
Pokken.
left it off like the main list of games in a while.
Yeah,
So
people love that game.
yeah,
Come on, Pokken.
I would like that.
Zero's banned in Marvel vs. Capcom, if I remember correctly, so I hate that game.
There's Capcom characters in that game?
Yeah.
Moving on,
Oh.
sort of. Tekken 7 got another trailer. It's coming out June 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong last week. It's not coming out March 17th or whatever I said.
Oh, you said bad information or bad intel.
Yeah, I'm done doing that. That's the second or third time I've tried predicting something from somebody said from a podcast. It's never been right.
To be fair, the
They
main
probably
guy said
They
no.
probably edited it out. Yeah, and then their director tweeted out no. So it's possible that was the release date and it got delayed because it has been delayed. It was supposed to come out before March. That was their original announcement, and it's not. But yeah, they put up a video. They're really pushing that this is the last Tekken in the story. It's not going to be the last Tekken. The only thing that kind of sucks is it's pretty close to Injustice 2. Injustice 2's first, which helps it in my eyes. I know it's typically a different audience, but I'm one of the crossover, one of the people that fits both
Tekken
categories.
doesn't need the help. I mean, people are going to buy Tekken. Or
Like, I'm
gonna buy Tekken.
I'm gonna buy Tekken over Injustice. Like, if they came out on the same day, I'd 100% buy Tekken.
Damn.
Oh, Tekken's my favorite fighting game.
I know you like DC though.
Oh yeah, but I like Tekken.
He'll
way
get
better.
it later.
But Injustice now, I'm just kind of like, maybe I just won't buy Injustice, and I'll wait for the complete edition with
Yeah.
everything on. You know what I mean? And just buy that.
Buy the $100.
Wait a year.
Yeah, like that's what this is making me think I might do, which sucks because I don't know. So I should be getting to play the Injustice 2 beta soon, and then maybe that'll change my mind.
Mhm.
But
Well, and there's a story mode too.
yeah,
So if people start talking about it, it's like, oh, the story's really good. Then you.
yeah. I mean,
probably-
if you spoiled the Injustice 1 story, I wouldn't care very much. I'm gonna be honest.
It had a cool story.
It's fine.
At least it had a story.
Yeah,
upon
that's
launch.
true. The story trailer for Tekken 7 likes to think it has a story, but I don't think anyone cares.
There's bears.
It's got a good movie, though.
Tigers.
A fantastic movie.
It has a movie, yes.
It's a great movie. Saw it in the movie.
It
theater.
is a movie.
Next up, another trailer, Prey. Random trailer just kind of dropped with a release date. It's coming May 5th. I'm interested in this game.
I like the first one. I don't know about this one.
It looks just like BioShock. I'm still gonna wait I wouldn't buy this. I wouldn't pre-order this game. I'm still gonna wait and see what people say. Plus, May is getting stacked with games.
Right before May is stacked with games.
There's just
probably right after May too.
yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah. There's not a lot of games that I want to take a chance on that I'm not confident in. But this is one that at least has my interest because it looks like BioShock. And I typically am not a giant fan of Bethesda and their stuff.
Well, this isn't
So-
Sandbox.
Yeah.
Well,
much, so.
that's true. But I mean, in general,
Mhm.
even things like Wolfenstein, I'm like, I don't. It's just a first-person shooter thing. But like I said, I love BioShock. So if reviews come out, they're good, and the comparison is everybody's like, it's like BioShock, then I'll probably play it. Other than that, I don't know anything about the game. One thing to note is that it's not coming out in November, where they normally put a big game, which still leaves room for them announcing a game at E3 and being like, hey, it's coming out this year. The clear options are Wolfenstein, which they revealed the trailer or the name of at their last conference, but they didn't talk about it. It was just on the loading screen in their cool little opening presentation. And the Evil Within studio hasn't put out another game since then. So it's been quite a while. That was
That's been a while.
near the launch of the PlayStation 4. So it's been a while for that. So we could see like an Evil Within 2 or something. And that would make sense to put it out near like Halloween, something like that. But
yeah, it'll be one of the B team games.
Yeah, it's not going to be Elder Scrolls.
No.
They didn't even start that game.
No.
So, and they just put out Fallout. It's possible, I guess, that it's like Fallout New Vegas type thing, but I think it's still early for that. I'm not sure
if it is, and they just have their name on the box sort of thing. They didn't like sit there and develop it probably. So.
Well, New Vegas was a different studio too. So
Yeah.
that's the other possibility. I feel like it'll either be nothing or one of those. This is a simple one, but I was pissed at this. Snap mode is being removed from the Xbox One in order to provide more power. Similar to the way that the Vita, you can listen to music on the Vita and play your game at the same time. And then at some point they were like, hey, we're allowing developers to remove that feature when you start their game so that they can get more out of the game. And the first game I experienced that did that was Danganronpa, Another Episode. You couldn't listen to music and play that game at the same time because it uses all of its resources to play the game. And I tried, and I was like, damn it, I want to listen to music and play the game. Anyway, I love Snap Mode. It's my favorite thing that the Xbox One does. I snap YouTube podcasts to it, and I play banjo. And I'm like, this is cool.
I play banjo.
I play the Banjo-Kazooies. And they're getting rid of the feature that I like the most. I think they really want to stop this whole 900p, 720p thing, and this is their first step into having that happen. But the Snap Mode was cool. That was like the one feature I wish the PlayStation 4 had from the Xbox One. I think it's fantastic.
Well, yeah, and it's still really hard to play music with your games, which is something that I really loved about the 360. So I just plug my external up to it and have all my music right there and just like, okay, I feel like...
And PlayStation's now partnered with Spotify, so they have that built in, and every game has a custom playlist made for it. It's like, this is music that goes with this game you're playing. It's like...
But it pissed me off because the one game I wanted to stream and play music over while I was playing the game wouldn't let me because you can't stream and play music at the same time. So it's just like, what's going on?
Your boy band 15 idea?
Yes. Made the game better.
I hope so.
Let's talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. And
I
mean, go for it, Nick.
You're up.
they dropped what will probably be the last cinematic trailer, unless they do like a week of launch trailer, which
they'll do release trailers.
Yeah,
but it probably will have the same stuff.
But finally dipped into what a lot of people are looking for, which was squad mates, because it's always the big important thing with BioWare games is the people around you, not so much just you. Just went into story, actually kind of explained what's going on. Took a Star Wars approach, and by Star Wars I mean Force Awakens, where it gives you like the story, but it doesn't tell you specifics. So you're like, oh, I understand this, but I don't know anything about it still. So, yay, marketing team, they did a good job there. And then they released the second video, which kind of dived into specifics of the squad mates that are with you and kind of what's going on with that. So now people are feeling like they have a pretty full, clear view of what's going to be in the game. So
can't wait to play it at the end of the year when it comes out. So it's getting delayed.
So yeah, I think that video or these two videos were my final. Like, okay, I'm good now. I will go in the bunker.
Oh, I was good after the voice acting video when they did that one with the girl with the big smile on her face. I was like, okay, I've seen enough of this game.
I think they fixed it.
They did. They acknowledged something. Like somebody's like, why does she look weird? And they're like, yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, because
not great. We're working.
Because in one of those videos, it showed that face model again, and it was human proportions, and
it was better.
Yeah,
she wasn't just like really happy.
She was excited, but not that.
She looked like a freaking Joker victim. It was pretty bad.
So yeah, that point for me, and it seems like a lot of people was like, okay, we're good now until mid-March. mid to late March.
when the game comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the reception. I was telling you because it's their other studio working on it. It's not like the main team. I'm interested to see if it gets the Golden Abyss and the Arkham Origins treatment, where like they just kind of this wasn't ours.
Yeah,
type thing.
A lot's riding on this game, which is
BioShock 2.
why I don't think they've already gone out and announced like, hey, this is going to be another trilogy. Like I think
they're clearly trying to not hype the game.
Yeah,
because I don't think there's been a game in the past like 2 years where the hype's helped. I think maybe you could argue like Fallout 4 because they did the announce and released it so soon, but almost every game either got hurt by it or like destroyed by it. Like No Man's Sky got absolutely destroyed by its own hype. And so
yeah, this is one of the first games, sort of like you're saying, where they'll show something, say, hey, this is what you can do, but no, calm down. Like
they're being
it's
very
not that
cautious,
great,
which is
or,
good.
Whatever.
It's fine, but it's not about.
They're trying to. I don't know. They like set the fire, but then they kind of tame it down a little bit. It's like, okay, this is
trying to keep it under control.
Yeah, so we'll see.
The end of the year. Zelda Breath of the Wild doesn't use HD Rumble. Now, if you remember, HD Rumble lets you know how many ice cubes are in the glass. Zelda, when you're playing that game, you're not going to know how many ice cubes are in the glass.
Hopefully none.
Cool. I assumed it didn't use it. I assume no game's really going to use it, except for weird games that are designed to use it. Also, it was clearly a Wii U game that they ported to the Switch, and the Wii U doesn't let you know how many ice cubes you have, so I don't know why they would add that feature.
It's just another stupid thing to file under Nintendo.
Oh, we're going to be talking about stupid things to file under Nintendo in a little bit. Next up, we got a cinematic trailer for a Square Marvel partnership. I knew this was coming because they both tweeted out that they had something to announce at 10 a.m.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I missed that.
And it was literally the same exact time. They both tweeted it out, and somebody's like, this is suspicious. So I kind of, when I woke up the next morning and I saw it, I kind of expected it. Basically, they're starting a new partnership with Square Enix, specifically Crystal Dynamics. And they're working on video games, starting with The Avengers. It's a cool trailer. Didn't really, I doubt they really started the game.
Yeah, it was
this is a very, very
it's
early.
like, here's the weapons they use lying on a battlefield. It's like, okay.
But that's cool. It seems like they're really trying to go after what Warner Brothers has done with Injustice and specifically the Arkham games.
I mean, basically one of the few markets they haven't like taken over.
Yeah, so. Well, all their games were real bad. They were like movie tie-in games, and then they just stopped.
Yeah, they just quit for a long time.
And then now they're back and they're like, hey, we got a really good studio doing a Spider-Man game that's probably going to be awesome. And then they're like, hey, we got a really good studio doing an Avengers game.
Everything else.
Which
I
imagine will be similar to the Arkham games.
Even Eidos Montreal is in there too, so there's...
Yeah, they're working with it.
Yeah.
They did work on like Deus Ex and such. But yeah, I love Tomb Raider, and that came out of that studio, so I'm down.
Fair enough.
I will check it out.
I'll take it.
And then last little thing here, Ni no Kuni 2 announced that it's coming to PC. I think this takes place in a completely different world. It's got brand new characters and everything, so you shouldn't be lost like Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to Xbox, which makes no sense. This didn't come out to Xbox. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest thing ever. But anyway, the bigger thing that I took out of this was they were like, this year. We'll see. Pre-orders are live now, though.
And they also didn't say that it was simultaneous, which
yes,
I know...
they did.
They did?
I looked into it. Yeah, they did say it was simultaneous.
That means...
They said simultaneous the end of this year.
That means I will
My predictions aren't going well.
Hey, at least the game didn't get canceled.
They get blown up.
If it was an Xbox exclusive, it might have.
Yeah, that was my bad.
So next I want to move into talking about the Nintendo Switch and why I canceled my pre-order. So let's talk more about the Switch thing and the news that we've learned since the event. We're going to just kind of retread. Because I canceled my pre-order for the Switch. I decided I don't need it, and I made some reasons why, and I just kind of wanted to explain myself. Number one, they won't answer questions on this thing.
Yeah.
They won't tell you if there's trophies. They won't tell you how much the freaking online service costs, which is a huge proponent in me getting this because Splatoon is the thing I'd want to play and I'd have to pay for it.
Correct.
They won't answer if you can even talk on the console. They're like, you can use the app, and it's yeah, but can I use the console?
The app
even simple
console,
things like if Mario Kart had like an Xbox Live or a PSN with it, like I'd be playing all the time if I had a Nintendo console or active one. But yeah, like just simple stuff like that. Like if you're gonna have an online system and you're gonna charge for it, okay, cool. But is it gonna be like those? I don't need to be able to
cost the same. You're taking the games away. Why are you doing that? Like I just don't understand why they don't like explain what's happening,
what they're doing.
So they're just being weird, and it comes out in like a month. That's a problem.
A month and a week or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a problem. I think that's really sketchy, and that to me signs that there's still bad news coming.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this bad news. Like there hasn't been like a huge blow to the thing. It's just tons of little small things that are annoying. That's like why just constantly. But there's not one thing that's like, oh, that's terrible.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say when you first started your list. Like, here's the reasons why I'm not gonna get it. There's not that so much as the list for this is why I should get it. Is
the launch lineup is my next point.
Blank.
Yeah, there's no reason.
So Zelda, which I can get on the Wii U, I think will be better on the Wii U. I still stand by that.
For, yeah.
And other than that, there's Bomberman, which if I want to play someone, I have to buy an $80 worth of control, $70. If I want, God forbid, I want 4 people to play Bomberman with me. I could buy 2 of these stupid Switches for that price, and I'm not even joking. Like, that's terrible. So yeah, the next one is the launch games. There's just nothing that I care about coming at launch. There are games. I want the Mario game. I want Splatoon, but they're not going to be there at launch. And Nintendo typically does. Here's the Mario bundle, or here's the Splatoon bundle.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
there will be a red Switch or something like that.
Yeah. So why would I get it now
have ink
when I can wait, have my questions answered, and get the console for possibly cheaper? But I think the biggest hit to it, if we had to, determine how bad each little piece of bad news is actually the controller prices. Because even my Wii U, which I'm like on, I love playing multiplayer on that thing, and it uses the Wiimotes that I already had, and I got the Pro controller for that, which wasn't too bad, and it comes with the dumb gamepad, and you can use GameCube controllers and all this stuff. That's not the case at all with this thing. I think they're banking on lots of people having them and just everybody bring their own.
Just
but
bring your own controller.
That's definitely not going to happen the way they think it is.
No.
So the battery life is another thing. This isn't a huge one because to me this is a home console and not a portable console. But like people are being like, oh, 3 hours for Zelda. That sounds good. And it's like that's 3 hours like low power mode.
Yeah, that's what I said at the launch. Like usually companies will say 6 to 8 or something like that, and then you can expect 3 because if you mess with the brightness of the screen at all, if you mess with all these things, Bluetooth.
Oh, they weren't hitting buttons when they were doing this test. They just let it sit there.
Turn it all the way down. Turn the screen off. Just leave it there.
Because no one's gonna give you the actual number in that scenario
because it would look terrible.
Yeah, so literally it's gonna be like an hour and then just turn right off.
Like I'm at half power. I just took the thing out of the station.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my biggest one for me personally is I bought my Wii U. I didn't like it. It wasn't until Splatoon came out and Bayonetta came out where I was like, okay, I like this thing now. I had that for like a year before I even liked the console, specifically because I didn't like the Mario game that I got with it. I still don't like my 3DS. And that's mainly because I have my Vita and I like it so much. And I'm not going to like this more than my Vita. So it's just like, why would I get it? I'm just not going to like it.
Reason.
I already know I'm not going to like it. So anyway, canceled my pre-order. Another reason is I bought a statue I didn't need. But regardless, cancel my Switch pre-order. Yeah, I'll unbox it in a week.
Okay.
My Switch pre-order. I'll look back into it after I know how much the service costs if it's worth it, the online service, and if they do either A, a Splatoon bundle, or B, a Mario bundle. Or a new game gets announced that I want, which is possible too. But
probably won't get one until 2018.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get one this year. Like, I would love to play Mario. Splatoon, I'm nervous about because I don't want to pay for online. I don't even pay for Xbox Live. Like, I only have PlayStation. So why, if Nintendo is near the prices of those, forget about it. Like right now, I won't be getting it.
I used to have a PSN account
until that one tragic day.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the other part of that is we don't know the PS4, Xbox, PC lineup for the end of the year, really.
Yeah, we don't know anything about. Like, the only thing that we know is there's a Mario game. I think it's going to get delayed.
So even
there's a Mario
if
one.
you like Splatoon or Mario or something like that, if that's going to be a $380 game, basically, then and you can look at that versus maybe 3 or 4 awesome games that get announced at E3, and you go, I can wait on that until next year. So.
I just don't understand. Like, people are arguing for the thing, and I'm just confused. Like, somebody who doesn't have a console, yesterday I was looking at a deal. You can get a PlayStation 4 for $275 with an extra controller, Uncharted 4, and Tomb Raider, which is weird because neither of those games use 2 controllers. But either way, I was like, so for the same price as the Switch, you can get 2 really good games and an extra controller. Like, they just have an uphill battle to face, which is why they're positioning it as a handheld and not a console. Like, I understand why they're doing that now. They're like, this is a handheld because if you're like, this is a console, it's like, no, that's a console.
Yeah,
I don't know what this
thing
is.
This is a console.
The specs make it a handheld first and then a home console second. But, like, everything they're introducing is, like, home console, first.
They're weird. And Nintendo's always weird. We'll see what happens.
Not much.
I hope it does well, because if everybody has one, the thing is going to be awesome. Like, if you're walking around and all these people have it and you can easily, like, your friends all have it and they can bring theirs over and you can easily do multiplayer and all this stuff, then it's going to be awesome.
For 2 hours.
My turn to charge mine.
But it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, think how much a charging dock's going to cost.
$90.
Oh, they already announced
that
that
was
one?
included in all the millions of prices.
You might as well just buy another one, which is a problem.
Yeah, about 3 Switches.
Just switch them out. Oh, this one's dead.
All right, let's move on to a question, which is a pretty simple one, and one that I like to think about, and I learn new things about all the time, which is, what games did you love as a kid that turned out are actually bad video games? So I did the Nostalgia Play series for a little while. You were in some of them, where I'd play old games and be like, oh, this is still good, or oh, this is terrible. So from that, Fester's Quest.
You loved that game.
Not great. Still want to beat it again.
Why?
Because I do. That game's not very good, though. Even though I thought it absolutely would be. The Star Wars fighting game, Masters of Terras Kazi.
Yeah.
Not a great game.
That game's terrible.
Very slow. Pretty mediocre.
That game's awful.
Yeah, as someone who's never played it before, like didn't.
That was my first time playing it. That game's awful.
Any sort of affiliation with it. And the other big one is Enter the Matrix. That's a game that I loved. I loved that game.
Nick still wants to play it.
Yeah,
The
so
game's good.
no, the first level of that game is awesome, and then the game is not finished. Like, they clearly didn't do. There's no textures on half the levels. There's no there's just invisible walls everywhere. Like, they did not finish the game.
Maybe it's just part of the Matrix.
As a kid, you
It's a
don't
glitch
notice
in
that.
the
It's the
system.
glitch in the Matrix.
As a kid, you don't notice that stuff. But like, I went back and I played it last year, and I was like, oh, this game's not good. But yeah, so what are some old games that you found out were actually bad?
One we did, Whacked.
Yeah, that game wasn't terrible. But
It wasn't terrible, but it was
like
nowhere
you
near as
remember.
good as I remember. Of course, we weren't playing online with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Which was the big difference. But the gameplay of the game is extremely simple. Not nearly as fun as I remembered. But
I fell through a truck.
that was funny. You went out the side of it or something. There's not many more that come to mind. I don't go back to a lot of games.
That was also the first one that was on Xbox Live. So
Yeah, that was like the first ever Xbox Live game or something.
So.
One of
And
the
it was
first.
free for the most part. I mean, the trial demo was.
Yeah, there was an online trial for it.
Yeah, I remember.
Most people didn't buy
got
the
me
full
the
game. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it.
I bought, like, Megasalt was one of the trial things, and Whacked and stuff, and I bought all the games that were trial games. I was like, these are awesome.
Yeah, mine were like MotoGP and Whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
had
the
MotoGP
dual
as well.
disc.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there was that. I think there was also Unreal.
I didn't have the Unreal one.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. There's
I had
Tetris.
the one
Anyway,
I beta test, so I don't know.
do you have any, Nick?
Every Zelda game. Almost
the
every
Nintendo fans are loving this.
almost every
No.
Mario game, anything released on the Atari.
Mario games are still good.
Anything released on the Atari.
Yeah. Those are the games I first played. Was Atari games. I was
Like
oh,
the 2600.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to an Atari in
Pitfall's
probably 20
good.
years.
Combat's fine.
I don't remember the last time I played an Atari.
That's it.
Combat's fine.
I think the last time
version
I
of
played it a
Pac-Man
lot was like
ever.
when PS1 and stuff like that came out. I was just like, I'm never playing this old crap again.
Yeah, one thing
Yeah, I
that I
haven't
will
played
say,
some of
lots
that.
of people hate on PS1 games, like even Crash Bandicoot, like
Mhm.
even the good ones. They're just like, they just don't hold up well nowadays, and I totally disagree. Like graphically, they don't look great, but after you play it for a half an hour,
It
and
will
you're
later
in the
this year.
game,
You get used to it, yeah.
yeah, you get used to it. And like I totally was able. Mega Man Legends, it's a Mega Man game, but I never played it as a kid. I beat that last year or the year before for the first time, and I thought it was totally fine. I was like, yeah, this.
Yeah, like I went through KOTOR last year, and at first, like, this game looks awful, and you get into it for 20 minutes and you don't even know.
Yeah, you don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The characters in Mega Man Legends don't even have faces. I'm like, whatever. It's like Metal Gear Solid. They're just like
Optional.
weird textures.
Faces
whatever.
are optional.
Let's move on to the releases.
Nick?
Gareth doing the write-ups. Lots of
Nick's going to do it this
You
lots
can
of releases
I don't
this
know.
week.
I might end up getting a couple of these.
Let's start off January 30th. Double Dragon 4 for the PC and PS4.
Yeah.
Next entry in the side-scrolling action game series Double Dragon. Story picks up after the elimination of the Black Warriors in Double Dragon 2, with the main characters Billy and Jimmy up against a new gang who aim to stop them from opening dojos around the country. Double Dragon 4?
Double Dragon's awesome.
I do like Double Dragon.
Yeah, that's fine. Wells for Xbone and PC.
Whales?
Wells.
Oh.
Wells.
Okay.
Wells is an action side-scrolling game with 3D graphics. Its style is a direct reference to a classic subgenre of games that was popular in the 90s, the run and gun. Prepare yourself for facing hordes of enemies, explosions, gigantic bosses, and a dangerous and fascinating journey into a steampunk universe.
So like Contra?
Contra. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
But steampunk.
Shoot tomatoes.
Disgaea 2 for the Mac and PC. Originally released on consoles in 2006, Disgaea 2 finally gets a PC port 11 years later. Definitive Edition includes all content from PS2's Disgaea 2 Cursed Memories and Disgaea 2 Dark Hero Days for the PSP. Also included are 3 characters that were not included in the original NA release of Disgaea 2, Dark Eclair, Gig, and Mayabel.
These games must be like not Disgaea particularly, but these like anime Japanese games must be doing well on Steam because every week people
Yeah.
are porting the old games to it.
It sure seems like it.
They're always up on like sales and stuff too when it comes to like the summer and the winter sales. So people, just buy it up.
January 31st, Dynasty Warriors Godseekers for the PS4 and PS Vita. In a release of a Dynasty Warriors spin-off featuring a wide selection of characters from Dynasty Warriors universe, Dynasty Warriors Godseekers adds 2 new characters to the series' ever-growing roster. Lixia, a girl with magical powers that was sealed in an icy shrine for centuries, and Lei Bin, Zhao Yun's childhood friend. Story follows the renowned warrior Zhao Yun and his close friend Lei Bin, who unwittingly liberate a young girl, Lixia, from a mystical prison.
The only Dynasty Warriors game I won't buy this year, since
Fair.
there's Final Fantasy or
Final Fantasy.
Fire Emblem.
I would play
and
that. That sounds
Final Fantasy.
awesome. Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Fire Emblem
Final
and
Warriors?
Berserk.
Cloud Warriors. Hitman, the complete first season for Xbone and PS4. Hitman complete first season will include all of the locations, Prologue, Paris, Sapienza, Marrakesh, and Bangkok. Challenges, opportunities, escalation contracts created by the developer IO Interactive, and contracts created by the community released since the first episode launched digitally in March. Game will be released in a Steelbook Day 1 edition in both North America and Europe. You also get bonus downloadable content. First Season 3 bonus mission packs included.
I'm still confused about what this game is.
Get a bunch of crap.
I thought it was like almost like an MMO, like a living world thing.
No.
And
That's what I thought.
you
it was
have
too.
you have contracts, and they're like, you have 24 hours to kill this guy or he's leaving, and you'll never get it.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
It says it comes with contracts created by the community.
that doesn't
on the
work.
disc. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm still confused about
Yeah, I
what
don't
the
know.
game
It's
is.
semi-tempting.
I've heard it's really good too, but I just don't.
I mean, yeah,
understand
that
what it
version's
is.
semi-tempting with the steelbook and all that stuff too,
Yeah, it
and
comes
all
with
the
a bunch of
content.
stuff.
But I've already got 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, I
playing,
have
so-
way too many. Like, I've got to do that Kingdom Hearts game. I got to beat these Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
games, and then I want to play Resident Evil, and there's just way too much going
Yeah,
on.
there's not a
There's so
window
much League of
for
Legends
something like
to
that.
play.
And then that crap.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Sabotage for the PS4. First DLC for Infinite Warfare includes new maps, DLC Call of Duty.
Cool.
Kill the Bad Guy for the X-Bone. That's a sweet name. Does everyone deserve a second chance? Can crimes ever be forgotten? Hiding behind the mask of the average man on the street and blending into the background, many war criminals, ex-mafia members, and other criminals have been literally getting away with murder or worse. That is until you turned up to ruin the party. As part of a secret and mysterious society whose members have sworn to rid the world of these bad guys, it's your responsibility to make sure justice is served in the bloodiest possible way, using your unpredictability to your advantage. Track the bad guys, be brutal and smart in your planning, and eliminate them one by one. But bear this in mind, each criminal's death has to look like an accident. Actually sounds kind of fun.
It sounded like Hotline Miami until that last
Yeah,
part.
Well,
especially the messy part.
yikes. Digimon Next Order, PS4. The digital world is in despair and on the verge of collapsing. They need your help. Explore and traverse this exciting universe to solve a Digi mystery infecting some of the Digimon. I almost read that as Digimon New World Order, but no.
I'm not sure what a Digimon is.
It's a digital monster. Divide for the PS4. Divide is a character-driven science fiction action-adventure game with a modern take on isometric adventures of the past.
These words don't mean anything anymore.
So they used to?
Yeah, because the game used to be an action game or an RPG,
This is
and
an
now
action-adventure
Madden's
game.
like, oh, we've got RPG, like
Character-driven football.
I like character-driven football. Search for clues that reveal new insight into the story. Interact with fully realized characters and combat enemies by hacking out of sight or launching a direct assault. Knee Deep for the PS4 and X-Bone. When a washed-up actor hangs himself on location, a spotlight is cast on the backwater Florida town of Cypress Knee. Your screen becomes a stage in which you investigate this mysterious suicide as 3 distinct characters. This is a console port of an episodic adventure game for PC. February 2nd, Fire Emblem Heroes for the Android and iOS.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Heroes, original strategy RPG about 2 warring kingdoms and a bitter clash. It's Fire Emblem on cell phone, basically.
Yeah. I heard the payment structure for that's not very fun.
Payment structure?
Yeah. For the mobile stuff.
Oh, the
They're
microtransaction?
like loot boxes
oh,
type
yeah,
things, but like, oh gosh, that sounds awful.
None of those games ever make you feel good about spending money.
It's
why-
like, I guess
that's why I don't
Overwatch
spend
is a
money on
good
them.
comparison.
Fair enough.
I spent money on Overwatch.
Yeah.
Didn't feel bad about it. Diluvian for the PC. 3D exploration action adventure set in the deep sea with RPG elements and submarine combat. You captain a vessel as you grow and manage a crew searching for the lost secrets of the past in a now flooded world. So it's a submarine RPG. I kind of like it.
Action adventure.
Action adventure.
Character
submarine-
Survival horror.
I mean, you are a captain. February 3rd. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto for the PC, X-Bone, and
Burrito.
PS4. Not burrito.
I'm hungry.
New chapter Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 is opening with the new generation of ninja in the Road to Boruto expansion. So it's an expansion.
Japan loves subtitles way too much.
That's just one title. It's not a subtitle.
Okay.
My bad.
Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World for the 3DS. Yoshi's Woolly World comes to the 3DS with all the content in the Wii U version, plus brand new levels focused on Poochie.
Poochie.
It's a little dog.
Yoshi Woolly World and 3DS.
They're getting ready to port it to Switch, I'm sure.
Probably.
Like every other Wii U game.
That's probably what they're going to do, just to have titles. Aqua Kitty UDX for the X-Bone. Due to a sudden shortage of milk, cats around the world are forced to seek out new sources to get their fix. You and your team of milk mining kittens have overcome a fear of water to drill down under the ocean seabed and begin extracting vast reserves of what seems to be naturally forming full fat milk. You okay?
No.
Get ready for fast-paced submarine action defending the kittens from
It's a
disruptive
submarine game.
mechanical sea creatures
Why did you just submarine to defend a cat?
because they're drilling underwater.
Yeah.
This enhanced Ultra Edition of Aqua Kitty includes an all-new epic Dreadnought mode. The additional Dreadnought mode takes you deep down into the Meowana Trench. There you must fly through and destroy huge multi-screen enemy craft while rescuing imprisoned kittens. Play co-op or solo. The milk must flow.
So this was Limited Run's game last Friday. This and Oxenfree, and I picked up Oxenfree, and I just couldn't buy this. I was like, I bought all their games since I started on that kick, and I passed the Aqua Kitty.
Why'd you pass up on Aqua Kitty?
I can't do this.
That sounds much better than anything else you got.
No comment.
Galar, Plague of Heroes, PC. A new and inventive game combining old school RPGs from yesteryear with survival horror elements in a zombie apocalypse. Travel the world in search of survivors while learning the truth behind the zombie outbreak.
What game were you saying you wanted this week?
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
The free one.
The free game. Cool. I keep waiting. I'm like, what's the game he wants?
I don't know.
Fire
That,
Emblem.
that kitty game sounds kind of
Aqua
fun.
Kitty.
Too.
I might have to look into that. Pixel Heroes, Bite and Magic, PC, PS4, and X-Bone. An RPG/roguelike game. Explore a randomized world full of hilarious events, deadly dungeons, and the weirdest NPCs you will ever meet in a game. Choose 3 heroes for your party and take them on a journey that will be completely different each time you start a new game. Bathe in a pool of procedurally generated loot and defeat the evil forces that threaten the township of Pixton. Note from Gareth. Sounds a hell of a lot like a more casual version of Darkest Dungeon.
Fair enough.
Gareth's alright sometimes.
Nice guy.
I don't like procedurally generated.
I thought you were going to say Gareth, but that's...
I can't think of a single procedurally generated game I like.
What was that one you played last year, the old one?
That's not true. What, Dark Cloud?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, that's a little different, but...
I don't know. It scares me when games market themselves as the characters are wacky. You're gonna think they're crazy.
I've seen some crazy shit. I don't think you're gonna top it.
Yeah, after stuff like Amp 3 and stuff like that, you're not gonna out
No,
crazy.
No
Some of
one's
the
out
stuff
crazy
I've
in
seen.
Amp 3. I've seen things, man. Talking
There's
Russian hands.
There's no coming back.
Hand had its own beard. And,
So I already know your
Game
answer to this, but I just want to ask real quick. Are you interested in that Fire Emblem mobile thing or no?
yeah, it's a free Fire Emblem game.
So you're just going to check it out?
Yeah,
100%.
I showed him the gameplay. It looks so much like the actual.
It looks like a DS Fire Emblem game, but on one screen.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just kind of, I don't know, cut it on while
I
you're
have a lot of free time at work.
or something like that, and just play for 20, 30 minutes. Because they don't. It's not like an MMO that's free to play, and they don't go "Oops, you can't access this. $5, please." But if you're just "Oh, okay, I didn't get the character I rolled. $5."
Yeah.
And then
$500 later, you hate your life.
Yeah, but the cool thing
No, I
about
just don't put
that
money
one
into it
is
anymore.
that even if
We'll
you get
see.
a shitty 2-star guy, you can play with him over and over and over, level him up until he's a 5-star guy. Which all
you
these,
can level the weaker ones? I was curious
all
about
these
that.
other games, like the Dragon Ball one, the Bleach one, stuff like that, they all have you can't do that with them for the most part.
See, I didn't know that. I assumed you couldn't do it.
If you get the shitty
can't
Goku
listen.
or the whatever, then you're just kind of stuck with them and
I
paying
need to play
$20.
the Dragon Ball.
There's actually there's a phone game, exclusive game.
Kingdom
I'm
Hearts.
very excited to play.
What?
I'm not gonna tell you yet. I have to look into it more.
Cliffhanger.
I'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
I also don't remember the name. So that's it for this
Let's not
episode
be
of
that
the
excited.
Prospects Podcast. Be sure to share this with anybody who you know that loves video games, and be sure to subscribe to get in on the giveaways, such as the Rise of the Tomb Raider code. Thank you for being here, Kellen.
Thanks for the hair.
Thank you for being here, Nick.
I've been looking at it the whole episode.
It won't go away.
It's mesmerizing.
And thank you for watching my hair. We'll speak with you next time.